Hello everyone, DonTheCrown here on the review build of Vessel of Hatred, and I have some exciting Paragon news to bring to you. One of the big gripes that we had about Paragon going into Vessel of Hatred is that we were going to be getting new legendary glyphs that increase the range of the glyph from going out 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way out to now 5. However, most of the Paragon boards didn't really have much in here. And what they did is they went and added a whole ton of nodes to every single board. And all of the boards are the same across classes, so that we're going to be getting about 6 to 10 new nodes for every single Paragon board inside the glyph radius. So starting off right away, we can see here that the starter board is basically getting a whole ton of nodes here basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 on both sides are brand new, so there's going to be more points here. Now, I'm going to go through all of the boards. However, I do have a whole bunch of information here on what I call my Diablo University mega doc here. And so this is kind of what we had from the PTR. We can kind of see like what the best stats are. And I have a personal private NDA. I can't post this until this video goes live version of this with updated information. So previously, the best strength you could get was 64. The best intelligence was 59. Now it's going up to 74 and 69. Nice. And then going up to 25 willpower from 20. And from 100 dexterity max, now all the way up to 115. And so it'd be pretty similar for other classes. I've really gone and only counted the Spiritborn stuff. And so I've updated the sheet here as well. And the reason I've only done Spiritborn is because, well, I haven't leveled up any other character to level 60 besides the Spiritborn, and just having a real lot of fun with this. But we can go and look at the different Paragon stuff here real quick. So just show off the different boards. As you can see here, kind of for the standard starter board, normally it was a little bit skinnier than it is right now. So as opposed to going 1, 2, 3, 4, now it goes all the way out to 5, and there's that extra layer there as well. And then if we go and look at Infighter, this is a board, I think this is like a, I forget what Sork board this is. This is one of the fire boards for sure. And Infighter here, previously in the glyph area here, you didn't have any of these 4 nodes here. You also didn't have these nodes that are like hanging off the end of the blue nodes. And so these are just all new as well. So you can get a lot more kind of stats in here. And they did go through and update a lot of these. So now there's like damage. Previously, this was like max life and all res and damage dexterity. Now it's just damage and dexterity. And they like did double these. A lot of these nodes are just generally better all across the board. And it's just really nice to see a lot of these Paragon stuff just being a lot better. So looking at Spiny Skin next. Spiny Skin is like the board that is basically the Frigid Fate board for Sorks. So it'll be very similar there as well. And so we're basically filling in this like empty gap here with 4 additional nodes here. And then right here, there's 2 additional nodes on both sides. So we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 additional stats here. And the only thing I really don't like about this is you're actually getting 2 willpower nodes here on Spiritborn, which makes me think that you're probably getting just like the one stat that doesn't really do anything for you in your particular, like right here in the glyph stuff, which is kind of unfortunate. Next up, we're going to look at Viscous Shield. And Viscous Shield, this is like a static surge board for sorcerers. And so in this particular one, we're getting some points here next to our rare nodes. We're also getting points here right outside of our blue nodes as well. And I'm pretty sure that this board also gets 2 more points here. It's one of the boards that I believe only gets 6 total nodes. It already had a pretty, oh, it gets one more here as well. Maybe there's another one somewhere that I'm missing. Oh yeah, this one here. So this one's actually getting 8 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, getting 8 nodes, that's pretty good. And I think that this one is a little bit awkward, where like if you weren't planning to get this legendary node, there's no real shot you're gonna go all the way out here. But the Viscous Shield is kind of okay. Just like kind of a free damage multiplier if you, have any sort of barrier generation at all. So next up we have the, I believe this is bitter medicine. So bitter medicine. Pull this up. And so this one has changed, I think, not as much as some other ones. Basically, the points are mostly going on the outside here. So we're getting extra point here, extra point here, extra point here. And I believe that that is it. We're just getting these 6 points on the outside. So this board already had quite a bit of connections, quite a bit of nodes, and it's just getting these extra ones on the outside. And then after that, we have revealing. So revealing board previously kind of looked like this. We're getting a whole bunch of nodes on the outside. And even like here previously, like didn't have these nodes connecting on the outside as well. So you can like connect through, more, stat nodes if you really desire, which I think is pretty good. And just like adding more ability for you to invest in your board, because we're getting a lot of Paragon points. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 here. And so you're just getting a lot of Paragon points. So just having more stuff to spend it on is pretty darn good. So after revealing is Drive. Drive is a pretty neat board because this is like when you move, you get more damage. So it kind of really wants you to play some sort of build where you're non-stop moving. And this is kind of like the board that I've always kind of thought looks like a skull. And this now looks quite a bit more filled in comparatively. And so these nodes here in these like empty space got filled in here. And then I believe we get extra nodes here as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so, pretty filled in, which is pretty nice. It doesn't really add too much more like direction to the board. However, previously, like if you wanted to go across and like come across like this, you could not do that. Whereas now you can very easily come across the top as opposed to having to dip down and then dip back up. So this could be a little bit more of an efficient board than it was before. It's one of the few boards that kind of does get a little bit extra quality of life with it. And then after Drive, we have Convergence. Now, one thing to note is that this particular class does not have the new board that all of the other classes have. So I haven't actually seen that particular one. But this one here, we get a new connector node right here. And then we're getting a whole ton of stuff on the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're also getting one right here. So 7, 8. And this is kind of interesting because previously this rare node and this rare node were separated completely. So you could not like drive down into one and then connect over through it. You'd have to kind of go through each like section on its own. So this is just a little bit of a difference here. I don't know if that's really going to make all that big of a deal. Just having more points for you to invest in is probably the real winning here. And then lastly, we have Sapping. Sapping, I think, is going to be a pretty popular board for Spiritborn because it provides a pretty sizable vigor generation machine. And you're just spamming out a ton of damage, a ton of resources. Typically, having 30% damage multiplier on a node is pretty strong, and that comes along with having more resource stuff as well. So pretty much we're filling in this gap here. So we're getting 2 points here, and then I believe we're getting 2 more points there. And then we're getting 2 more points here. So I believe that's a total of 6. And then we have another 2 there. So 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they did change this. So previously this was damage to crowd controlled and armor dexterity, but now it is maximum resource and damage dexterity. This maximum resource I think is going to be very popular with a Kepaleke build. I'm doing a whole build guide about that. So very excited about that particular section of the Paragon tree. But yeah, that's pretty much the information. The updated document for that, we're just showing off previously should be updated once this video goes live. So you can be able to reference it a little bit more, and I'll update all the stuff for this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited for Paragon changes? Is having more nodes available something that is a good thing? I think that generally it is, but let me know what you guys think. We'll see you again later. Have a good one.